Friday, August 14th, 5:45 p.m. Central Time. I have a few minutes, so I thought I'd make a commentary on some of these charts that I was just looking at. Here we have Ethereum, and it seems to be making a head and shoulders top formation, where we have the shoulder on this side, we have the head, and we have the shoulder on this side forming up. So if it breaks below these levels, it's a sell signal. I did a little bit in Ethereum. I bought when it broke out of this high way up here, and I was immediately profitable, and as it came back and was getting back to my entry point, I thought, oh, this is no good, and I got out of my trade and it slumped way off. And then I tried to go long right in here, and it started to fade back against me just minutes after I put the trade on, and I thought, okay, that's no good. And then it did this little pump afterwards and back down, so I've lost a little bit in my two Ethereum trades. Really, it's a good market to stay out of right now. For my trading patterns, it doesn't fit in. XMR over the long frame here still looks like we've got an accumulation and a bowl shaped pattern here building up, and that prices are going to go higher from here. I am surprised they came back as much as they did off this, but it's also a case study for me, because let's go into 1 month view. On August 1st, I was saying buy in. August 4th, I was buying in more. August 8th, I bought more as it would look like it was going to be breaking higher, and prices did this. But I didn't end up selling out of my position properly, and I think I sold out half of it here, and then I added back on here even more than what I had, and so it left me at a bigger loss. And then as prices were falling down here, I finally just couldn't take the heat and I sold out of my position. Now I've purchased back in. Now that it's making this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, I purchased here as it was breaking higher, and prices came back. I purchased right here as prices were breaking higher, they came back, and now they're here. So we'll see what goes on with this trade with XMR. It's been, how long is this? 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half since I added on to this position here, and it's not proving me correct immediately fast enough for my own liking. Litecoin I'm long of again. I was long over here, and I finally got out when it made this big huge spike here, or a spike right here, is when I finally got kicked out of that trade. Prices came down a bit more, but not as low as my stop was on this little spike, and prices came up. They settled out a bit here, and I added back onto the trade because I still think that this is going to go higher from here. I still think this is an accumulation gathering here going on, just like we saw over here. Not quite the same, this had a bigger uptrend to it, but that's why I'm long in Litecoin. Vanilla Coin was another one of those that I didn't play right. This is one where I sold out half of it here, added on more to the trade, and was at a bigger loss. So this is another one where I sold out here and it crashed lower, and now things have come back up, and in the last short while I purchased in again. Probably right in here, as it was making out of this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and going higher. That's probably when I bought in. So I'm holding on to that now, probably at a little bit of a loss actually for that vanilla trade. MadeSafe, I am in this one, and this is another good case study of a mistake where I did sell out of my position up here, and then I bought back into half of my position. And I didn't treat that new position as though it was a new position and give it rule number 1. I considered it as though it was still my entry position back here at 71, which is a mistake. And so when it started breaking down, I thought, it doesn't matter, I'm at a profit. And that's a mistake. And prices came down. I made this 1, 2, 3 bottom here. I added on. Prices have faded off. So I'm just holding on to those coins now. And if we zoom right in, we can see it's not a pretty easy picture here. It's really getting quite volatile. So hopefully prices are getting crazy and they're going to go up from here. Clam I am not holding right now. It was looking to me like a top, and so I sold out of my clam because it's going 1, 2, 3 times off the top, and we're getting these big bleeding spikes down. It looks like somebody's dumping hard. Whenever the price gets up there, they're really dumping hard, taking their profits, it seems. I don't know. Prices could go from here. It is a triangle that is higher lows and the same highs all the way along, so it seems like there's pressure building up, and it really could explode from here. This is the highest range, and I remember when game credits were making this kind of formation, it was just before it went way higher. It's making a top formation, it's making a consolidation pattern. It could really burst higher from this, or this could be the top and it's going to come back and retrace a little bit, come back to this level, kind of 89, before continuing on its uptrend. BitShares, I was buying in down here at 1600 and odd, and we had some people in our forum buying in there, so that's fantastic to hear that you're making profits on this. But remember, these are my trading journals and not trading recommendations. Even if I say that, oh, this one's a good one to buy, that's me talking to myself as a trading journal, and you should be able to identify what a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation is, when you're going to get in, when you're going to get out. Rule number 1, and if possible, rule number 2. Those things are all basic requirements for trading. Now NXT, I did move over some of my coin from my wallet to here, and it's still making lower lows here, and I don't like it. So that's disappointing for NXT. Let's continue on here. I do have some Bytecoin. I've been holding this for a while. Started buying in and around here. Sold out at 18, bought in more at 15, bought in more, and now I'm holding 1.3 million of them, and this is looking like it's consolidating to go higher, and I am expecting it to go higher because just recently it spiked much higher, and so I'm wanting the price to do that same thing again. Counterparty, you bitch, I just sold out of this. I just sold out of this when it was coming crashing down here. And now she's taken off. And this is part of my trading journal right now, is that I did not get out of the trade immediately. I waited, and then I got out at the absolute lowest price, and prices turned around and spiked up from there. Folding coin did this spike, and I'm holding free coin because I sold out and took profits when I did that spike. Flow has come up a little bit. Could be the start of an uptrend. So I'm holding on to my flow. And this is another one where I didn't get out right away. I held and held and held until way down here I got rid of a third of my flow. And as soon as I did, it seems I took the weight off the market and up she came. So there was a few different examples where I held on too long, didn't take my losses, didn't take my profits right away, and I ended up losing some of my profits or taking bigger losses than I needed to. Amazing study. This is all the Bitcoin for trading here in Poloniex, and I'll keep this number and grow it or shrink it depending on how well I do. 43.98. So that's it for this commentary. It is now 6 p.m. on Friday evening. Have a great weekend, guys. Good luck with all of your trading.